And we just finished our Ruthless plan that gives us food generation of 1, and we need to go back to researching towards the food tech over here, Monstrous plan. So it's going to take us 13 turns to get here, 14 turns to get here. We do need to make sure that we build that stuff on time. So the 2 buildings that we need are right here. Pits of Packmaster, it's only the tier 3 that we need, whereas this one we need the tier 4. So this one takes longer to get to. It takes 9 turns to get there. So if we have 14 turns, 9 turns, so we have 5 turns before we need to start this one and get it all the way through. We may not have money this turn because you can see here we've got a lot of stuff to spend money on. It's all good stuff though. It's all economic. Oh man, we just burned all our cash. We're negative 1,800 still, so maybe we'll wait a little bit. We still have a war to declare and battle to fight, so maybe we'll fight this guy first. But we can reach him. Let's see, he's not at war with anybody, so nobody's going to pay us to fight him, unfortunately. We'll just go straight up. And it says close defeat. We need to get more of our heroes in there, or our lords. This guy... Oh, he actually can reach. Wow. Nice. So I would rather get rid of one of these Skaven slaves and take another one of our heroes, or lords. Because this is going to be a tough fight. This is their legendary... Is he legendary lord? No. This is their main lord, though. He can be kind of difficult to deal with. But yeah, so we got 5 here. This should be pretty good. Alright, let's go fight it. Yeah, I went from close defeat to valiant defeat, so we have a little better chance. The good thing is, these guys do not have range units. So we just need to get them to clump up, and then we'll start blasting them with our... with both the warp grinder and the mortars. So let's get in there. You know, I just realized this map actually has 2 choke points. There's one in the back here that half of our army can't get to, so that would not work out because their army stretches almost the full length of the map, so that's not going to work. There is another choke point back here. It's going to be crowded because we have a lot of units, but this one would actually work quite well, I think. So why don't we work on that? Right, so usual formations.
All right. So. Yes.
Get these guys all lined up. Oops.
Night runners.
Yeah, I don't need to show this. I'm going to come back when we're set up and they're close to us. So here's the formation we're going with. They cannot get in from either side, so there's a waterfall and then a little set of water. I don't know. They can't cross this. So they have to come through here. We've got 2 layers of melee. We've got our warp grinders right in the middle here. So if they decide to bunch up heavily in the center, we can just push forward a little bit, cause massive nukes. We have our mortars all the way in the back. They do have some flying units here, so we will have to be careful. That's why I put these Eshin triads in the back here. So if they dive bomb these guys instead of somebody else, we're here to mop that up. So once the flying units are done, we'll relocate them back to the front. We have 2 layers of ranged troops. We have our short range, which they can't really reach that much, but they're mostly here to take out the flying units. Oh, they actually have 2. Yeah, they have a Vargheist, which is a tier 3. They're a little scary. They do have low armor, but I guess that doesn't really matter because we pierce armor. But anyways, we should be okay here. Let's get a little bit more compact, I think. And then we have we have our front line of not only assassins, but also the caster here. And he's able to summon 5 units and also do a stinky breath on people. So that's what we're going to be going with. I'm going to get him back a little bit, and then we'll spread these guys out a touch. Yeah, we don't really want to use our front line too much. I'd rather use the assassins, because they can tank way more than these other units can. So that looks good. We also have 2 menace below, and then, like I said, we still have the 5 from this guy, our plague priest. So there we go. I'm going to speed this up until they get here, and then we should be good to go. Alright, they're getting close. We don't want to waste our mortars, not on single units like this. Not when they have this big of an army. So we'll probably hold fire after this. And once they start to clump up, then we can do that. Let's get these guys up a little further. A little more breathing room. And I am going to summon just to help them out a bit. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not really grouping up, so this should be pretty easy. All right, here we go. Let's wait for a few more units to get here, and then we will start to target with the mortar. Interesting. I thought they would have sent the flying units to the back, but I guess not. That's fine. That presents a pretty good target for us. Here come the Vargheists. These guys are pretty scary. Ooh, yeah, that hurts. Alright, I'm gonna get another summon on that side to help him out, just with specifically with the Vargheists. Alright, there we go. And then... boy. I don't really know what they're doing. They are starting to go back for the range units now, but they're gonna get picked off by our 2 rows of archers. Yeah, they just got smashed. I don't know what these bats are doing. But I'm not complaining because they're making it easier for us. Alright, here we go. We need to pick good targets here. So let's get it right in this big clump. They still have some big units, big clumps to get in here, so we want to save some ammo for them. Yeah, let's deal with the bats. Actually, the bats are kind of scary because they do a lot of damage when they clump up like that. Let's get another summon. We have 3 more to go. There we go. And then we'll switch our target back to this side because they are really massing up on this side. So anything in this area is going to get a huge amount of kills. Alright, the rest of their army looks like they might be coming in finally. So we might hold fire when we get to about half. Yeah, look at that. Just absolute devastation. And our front line is still not that low. They're still in pretty good shape. Let's actually get another summon. Those Vargheists are going to go down to our archers. Yeah, let's get a summon and another summon here in the center. So we'll use one of our menace below. Actually, this would be a good opportunity for a stinky breath. Let's get it on this. Look at that. Oh man, that's a lot. So just that one nuke did 500 damage? It's lagging or something. 6,000 damage. Yeah, that's not bad for a single nuke. Now they did reach our back line, which I actually don't mind. I wouldn't mind pulling everybody back. Let's get these guys back. If they can reach. Yep, they're going to start scaring our guys off. So now would be a good time to send in the mortars. So there's a big clump over here. And we're getting a little bit of morale loss. I don't want these guys to be exposed, actually. What happened? Yeah, why are they... Alright, I need to use the nuke. There's something that's damaging them and causing them to run. Something is terrifying our guys. This is really bad. We might actually get mass routed. What the hell is causing so much morale loss? Yeah, there's a unit in there that's causing terror. We need to find out what it is. If I had to guess, it's these cavalry. Causes fear. Alright, can we target that? Target the Hex Wraiths. This guy needs to get back in the fight. Oh man, this is really bad. We were doing so good. And now all of a sudden, they're just tearing us apart. Alright, can we actually pick off that hero? If we pick off the hero, it does so much morale loss to them, and then we should have a little bit better chance. We have one more summon. Let's get it right here to hold this front line a little bit. And then the mortars, man, there's just so many spots to throw some mortars down. Let's get some over here. Right, we need to send our Eshin Triads up to the front now. Yeah, they are just mass routing us, dude. Causes terror. It's these things. These Hex Wraiths. We need to deal with them. Well, damn. Alright, come on, get this guy. Oh yeah, he's crumbling. He's dead. Alright, that might be enough to cause some issues on their side as well. The good thing is, we will have a lot of units running, but the good thing is it's not going to be a lot of losses. We just need to win. It's because of the morale loss that we're having issues. So let's try and target these Hex Wraiths. Yeah, target the Hex Wraith. Get them out. Oh, dude, don't run, please. We still have a couple more shots of the mortar.
It is ordered. Runners. What orders?
Alright, here we go. Hex Wraiths are separated. They're low health. Come on, man. Hit him, hit him, hit him. Critical binding. No, they're running.
Assassin.
I can't do anything about it. All they have to do is stand near us. We can't do anything about it. Alright, let's get some mortars. There's a really nice clump right here. If we can get this, we might inflict enough army losses on them. Come on, dude. We have, like, 2 more mortars left. 2 more volleys. That is a very good volley. Yeah, that was right in the middle of their whole group. Alright, one more good one. Let's get one more good volley here. That's it. Yeah, our guys will not stay long enough to fight. They just keep running. We needed to put the Eshin Triads earlier on the Hex Wraiths, I think. These guys are pretty good about resisting fear. Alright, here we go. We still have... It looks bad. It looks really bad, but we're actually not out of it. We just need to get the Hex Wraiths out, and then our assassins should be able to handle this. They just need to do enough damage to take these guys out. Come on, man. Just a couple more kills, and then they will crumble. There we go. They're doing so good. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, their whole army's crumbling. When they start throwing up that red smoke, that's really bad for them. So these guys are crumbling. Yep, they are morale lost. So we should be okay. We should be okay. Like I said, we'll see what kind of losses we took. I don't think it's that bad. I think people just ran. Yep, there's no more Hex Wraiths. That's it. We got him. Ooh, man, that was close. That was really close. Yeah, Pyrrhic victory, probably, to be honest. That probably is accurate for once. Only 195 losses. I mean, if you look at what we had left on the field, probably a Pyrrhic victory. But aside from that, what did our mortar do? 570 kills. And then the Eshin Triads did 288. They actually did really well. So yeah, and we'll take the cash. We definitely need it. And 14 food. So that's one big army for these guys wiped out that we don't have to worry about. And we got another Obsidian Lodestone. That's huge. Alright, we need to get some military installation here so we can actually recruit. Yeah, we'll come down here. Ah, damn. I'm trying to debate whether we want to sit back or if we want to... Like, do we want to play defensive or get a third army going? Because we're not making a lot of money. But a third army would be nice. I don't know. I don't know. That's tough. I gotta think about that. But while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and put some points. The assassins do have a nice skill here, so they can unlock enable poison attacks, which reduces everybody they're fighting with. It reduces their speed, their base attack, and their armor piercing damage. So all that stuff gets reduced. Makes it a lot easier to tank people when they're not doing very much damage, when they get debuffed. So there we go. Also, we have this Dragonbane gem. It's fire resistance of 35%. I just don't find it that useful, so I'm going to fuse these two together. We get a Foul Pendant, causes fear, and ward save at 10%. That's way better. Way better than what we had. So good there. Okay, yeah, there's not much else to do here. We can expand our economy just a little bit to try and absorb some of this. So why don't we do that? Don't have a lot of money to spend, but let's go ahead and get a couple things. Oh, man. Yeah, we've got less than 2 turns worth of wages, but we'll make some money when we take Shurlong. And then Bridge of Heaven, I'm pretty sure he's going to summon an army here to attack us with. Damn it. You know what? I'm gonna back out of these. let's save the money because I want to recruit some units so we can go on the offensive. Oh, we can't until next turn anyways. All right, never mind. Never mind. That is end of turn 7. Almost forgot. We got this other army over here that needs to move. So we're going to attack City of Shugengang. Is he? Oh, he's being sieged. Somebody's attacking him right now. So, yeah, I think we need to force march there just to make sure we have enough movement speed. Why don't we do that? And then next turn, Snikch will be back. Yeah, Datsu. Did we sign an agreement with this guy? Oh, crap, man. If he's still there sieging it, this has happened once before. We have to declare war on him. Yeah, that's terrible. We have to get him off of this siege. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's go ahead and end the turn. We'll see what happens. Ooh, nice. Actually, they just pushed Datsu off. The Celestial Loyalists did, so we do not have to declare war on him and get the reliability hit. It lasts for such a long time, too. It's really hard to get any diplomacy done when you have that on you. So here we go. We got Snikch back. We got a Clan Molder. Spy on Clan Scryer. So we can do that. That one is definitely doable. It will pay us a little bit of money, too. And we need to get Snikch back in the army. So let's go ahead and swap this guy out. Alright, so you get the boot and put Snikch back in. And then we need to immediately come down here. Hopefully we can sack. Let's see how much movement. Yeah, we do. So looking at this, we have 44% movement speed, so we should be fine there. Also, let's take a point. Another point in a quartermaster that reduces our wages even further. And this guy's getting pulled into the fight, which is fine. We'll make some money out of him. Now, what we'll probably end up doing is trying to kill the Lord and then letting some of these guys go so they can rehire another one. And then we can make more food next turn. This is probably going to be a nothing burger fight, so I'm going to edit this out. We took a tiny handful of losses, maybe 10 or 15, and we pretty much wiped almost everybody out. We need to make sure this hero doesn't get out. She's not mounted, is she? No. So she won't get out, and then hopefully we can re-engage them next turn, and we'll make extra food from that. There we go. She's dead. We'll let everybody else live, so hopefully they have something left. Here we go. 11 losses. We got 13 food and another 2 grand, so that'll help hold us off for a little tiny bit. And this one, I think we said we did have room to sack. We want to sack as many as we can because we will get a defeat, or not a defeat trait, but we'll get a bonus trait and when we do it enough times, and then we'll earn even more when we sack. So that's about all we can do up north. Let's head south and work on this war down here. So they're long. They do have an army that's starting to build up here, so that'll be good. We need the money, and that'll be another army wiped out. And then they have one more in the north that we need to deal with. So let's get in there and fight it. Now this map, we will probably try to do something similar. The only problem is the choke point that we can create is, well, not all of our units are vanguard, so it's going to take us a minute to get up there. So we need to be able to hold these guys off. Especially these, the direwolves, they're incredibly fast. 95 movement speed. So that's not going to be easy. Let's get our group set up. We'll move what we can into position. It is nice that we have some units that deploy vanguard, so that should help. But then everybody else needs to scoot their butt. Alright, so that's going to be our back line. Archers and mortar. Our front line will be here. And let's get in there. We're just going to slide everybody over. And then we're going to shadow these direwolves. And same thing with the flying units. We're going to be careful of those. I think they only have one, though. So it shouldn't be a big deal. But what we'll end up doing is just sending one at a time to stop their units. Yep, we need more time. Let's get these guys set up. So we'll take the hill in the back. Alright, here comes the stupid bats. Yeah, we gotta watch out for the bats. We do have our... let's see. Yeah, here's our hero. We need to get him back there to help. We do have these guys, the runners. They should be able to do some pretty good damage to these. Yep, there we go. And the fell bats are already morale lost. Okay, let's get our front line. And then get these guys back if we can. Get everybody back. If they get chewed up, that's not a big deal. Okay, nice, they got out. So we need our front line to take some of the brunt. Dude, these bats are still alive. What the hell, man?
I see.
Get them out of here. Alright, and it's time to start launching the mortars. We should probably take out these crypt horrors first, because they do armor piercing. We don't want to be there for that. We also are starting to get some units with slippery. That's a good skill. Right. These guys are not going to do well against these crypt horrors. But our Eshin Triads will, so let's get them in. Alright, ranged troops need to scoot up. Yeah, this is probably going to be over soon. That's actually not that bad. It does help that we have a little bit of a choke point. I mean, they still can flank around us, but by the time they get here, vast majority of their army is going to be dead already. Well, I don't know. Can you say that? They're already dead, technically, but you know what I mean. Yeah, they're dead. We need to probably start relocating some of these guys over here if they're going to really bunch up on this side heavily. Right, let's get... what am I doing? I'm an idiot. We've got this guy that can summon Menace Below. We need to get him to the front. We should be summoning on these guys all day long. I want to get the Eshin Triads out as soon as these Crypt Horrors are dead as well, because they don't do very well against other foot troops. Alright, come on, finish them off. There we go. And then switch the mortar maybe to over here. Let's go ahead and hunt down the hero, the enemy lord. This is unacceptable. Let's give them some stinky breath. And another summon Menace Below thing. We don't really have angles on getting a shot. Oh, these guys need to all come out here. This is a wizard, but he is no joke to take down in melee, so we need everybody there, because he will mess the guy up if he's by himself. There we go. Yeah, it looks like this is going to be pretty much done soon. And their Crypt Horrors are still there. What the hell, man? Alright, let's get our Eshin Triads out. They're cut in half now. And they're getting critical binding. Yep, we just killed the Lord, so they're all dying off now. Sweet, that should be decisive. Yep. And we took 118 losses. That's definitely acceptable. And only 1,500 gold. I was hoping for more than that. Not worth sacking, because I don't think we have movement speed anyways. We'll take another couple hundred. So we're up to 5k. We've got 5 turns if we don't hire any more units. I guess it's not that bad. So what we'll do with the spare army, I'm just going to put him in ambush stance. We'll leave him right here. And that'll entice this guy to attack, because he's going to think that there's no army here. He doesn't see him anymore. We will start to push up with our Disciplined Plague Lord. Take him out. And then march down these other two. There is another pasture over here, so we've got more food waiting for us when we capture this. So that'll be helpful. Oh, and I just realized, I don't know if we finished this last turn or this turn, but we finished our engineering construction cavern. We can hire a warlock engineer. These guys are pretty cheap, only 400, which helps because we are broke. Now, Sharp Teeth is actually really good for anything that's going to be out on the map. So it gives you a hero to self-defense chance of 50% of wounding the aggressor. So if somebody attacks us, they're 50% more likely to get injured. And once this guy gets up to a high level, that basically means anybody that touches us is getting injured. So I really like this. We'll probably keep this guy on the map and not stuck in an army. So let's go ahead and we'll put him as under Empire. And we're only going to take step down here on the blue line. Let's max out Specialist first, because that will make our Under Empire expansion cheaper. And then this guy needs to head up here and see who's in control of the gates. So we'll get him going next turn. So not a bad start. Like I said, by 11 or 12 turns, we'll have our first Under Empire. And we should be able to get some food production from that. Now, because we got out of the red in terms of food, our construction cost debuff is only plus 10% for all buildings. So it actually makes these buildings a lot cheaper to make. So we'll start this one. It's only 1,100. So it leaves us with a little over 2 turns worth of money in the bank. Assuming we don't take any more fights, which we already know we'll be taking a lot of fights if we can. Next turn's going to be quiet though. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this turn. Let me double check a couple things. Alright, Clan Scryer looks like he's at war with somebody. Tilia, let's go ahead and join in for 200 gold. Wow, thanks. And then the Caravan of the Blue Roses is at war with another Skaven faction. It's one of the minor ones. Yeah, he'll pay us 266. That'll give us diplomacy with them, though. We can sue for peace soon, hopefully. And then, yeah, Clan Crizzer wants a trade agreement. We'll take that and 500 gold. And then we have peace. Yeah, there we go. So the Skaven, these guys want peace right away. I actually do like that. And then we'll also take a non-aggression pact and 1100 gold. So like I said, you could see just by doing this over and over, you can discover new factions, start new wars, get paid for war, get paid for peace, and then do it again, just hopscotch all around the map. So these guys, actually, they're probably going to get wiped out soon anyways, but let's start another war. So Thunderguts, yeah, well, they'll pay us another 1100. You never know. Hopefully they survive and we can confederate them, but I don't think that's going to happen. So what are we at now? 6,000. That's way better than sitting at 2,000. So I think that is it for turn 8. Actually, no, I just realized we have room for one more assassin. Let's take them. Cunning is not particularly good. I don't think the ambush success chance works on this guy. I think it only works for lords. I'd have to test it out, but I'm pretty confident in that. There's a lot of these perks that actually don't work unless it's on a lord, but they just copy and paste it for the heroes as well. But you do get the poison attack, which we don't need because this guy gets it in his perk tree. And then 10 melee defense. It's better than the crap you get from these other guys, so that's fine. So we'll add him to that party as well, and this is going to be a very strong hero party. Alright, we got some factions destroyed. Rebel Lords of Nanyang, they're close by. Dissenters. So Miao Ying just finished off the last of the people that were nearby. Now we have a rebellion going to pop up here, I think. Yeah, this turn. So we need to leave these guys here. We are nowhere near strong enough to fight that, I don't think. Maybe if we had a mortar, but not against that. Not with this. So we'll leave him in ambush stance so we can use the garrison, and that should be plenty. We do have somebody with cunning, so we're going to go ahead and move this guy up, ready to attack. He's not quite in range, but we'll get him ready for next turn. We do need to make some room here. Let's get rid of another Skaven slave, and I'm going to move him into raiding stance, I think. Never mind. Wow, that uses like all of our movement speed, so that's not going to work. We'll just go in camp stance then. Let's get our cunning guy in here. And now we have 6. Yeah, 6 assassins. That's pretty good. 6 is decent. If you can get like 8 to 10, you pretty much have, not a doom stack, but I would say close to it. It's pretty hard to get to lose a fight with that. Now Snikch should be able to raid. Let's come up here. No, it still uses all of their movement. You know what we could do though is go into channeling so we can get a little bit more winds of magic. And I really hope these guys don't try to attack this settlement. I don't want to have to declare war, but I don't think so. They seem pretty weak. Also checking in our rebellions, we're going to have one here at Imperial Road, and unfortunately it's not going to be at the capital because we don't own it yet. We need one more turn, but it's going to be too late by then. So we need to hire an assassin. So we'll put, just get this guy since we already paid for him. We don't want to pay out of pocket. Once you hire him the first time, you only have to pay their turn upkeep and not the hiring cost again. So we'll just leave him there. We have, what, 4 lords now? That's fine though. Again, this guy's just going to chill here for a little bit. Here we go. And yeah, this guy's ready to head up here. So 9. I'd like to put one in this guy's capital. So it'll be about that. So 1, 2, 3, 4 turns. So by turn 13, we should have it. We do have a contract sitting there waiting for us. So it is Spy on Clan Scryer from Clan Mulder. So we can get this guy in the green. This guy will still be in the green. I don't really want to send any of our lords out or any of our heroes. So what we'll do is we'll hire somebody for temporary use. And it'll probably be this useless guy. We'll keep the cunning guy in the pool because I actually want to use this for defense since he's got ambush chance. So let's go with this and let's rename him. There we go. And now we know which one to pull. So we'll come in here, select the mission, and it is this guy. So it costs us, like I said before, 900, but we'll get 500 of it back, plus a little bit of food. So now you can see here we've got positive relations with Mulder, Scryer, and Pestilence. So that means there's another diplomatic option that we can pick up here. So Clan Mulder shows up, and there's 2 wars we can join. He'll pay us 1683, or if we want to take a trade agreement, it'll be 470. I would rather just have the cash because we are very much in need of it. So 16, almost 1700 for that. That's fine. Nobody else start. Oh, this guy started a new war actually. Oh, nice. We can actually confederate. So why don't we confederate? The only downside here is it's going to piss everybody off, all the Skaven. I don't know that that's really that big of a deal though. So let's go ahead and confederate him and we'll sell off assets because there's no way we hold this stuff. He's probably surrounded. Where is his... So Flayed Rock is his. That means it's going to be worth a lot, actually. Yeah, question is who do we sell it to? Greasus is a good person to have as an ally. And we did pick up another assassin here that we didn't have to pay for. What is the strategist? So he's trash. But we'll keep him and use him. He can just be a spy. Right, let's see, who do we sell this to then? There's a couple people. Yeah, I think we can go to Greasus or we can go to the vampire accounts. Or I guess the ogre. I don't think the ogres will pay us that much for it though. Let's go check and see. So Greasus, and then we'll go for peace, give him Flayed Rock, and that's gonna, yeah, so he really likes us. He'll even pay us 17 grand for it, and a military access. Let's see what the vampire count has. So Flayed Rock. He will pay us more, but he doesn't have the money to do it, so that's not gonna work. Who's Greasus at war with? Actually, nobody, and he's strength level 1. So what we could do is flip this into a strong alliance. So military alliance, but then we don't get any money out of it. That's probably not worth it, actually. I'd rather have the cash. Yeah, let me think about that. We could do a defensive alliance. That's actually perfectly fine. And we'll still get close to 17. So basically 15k. We're giving up 2k to get a defensive alliance. We will go to war with these guys at some point, but he's strength ranked 1. So that means nobody's going to mess with us, or they shouldn't. So yeah, let's do that. That is a very big come up. Did he have an army? Is there anything we need to disband? Don't see anybody. Oh yeah, this guy. No, that's our temporary. I need to label him so he doesn't get mixed up here. So he is tough. So he's a tough ass lord. There we go. Don't see anybody else in here. Everybody's been moved. So yeah, I don't think we inherited any armies. So that should be that. That makes a big difference. We're back up to 20k now. So maybe we spend a little bit of money. Why don't we start working on upgrading these so that we can increase our economy? I don't want to actually spend too much. We're pretty close to being able to upgrade another settlement to tier 5, and we want to have a little bit of money in the bank when we do that. So when this goes to tier 4, we can build the gemstone. That's going to give us 300 gold per turn. So that'll be a big increase. But aside from that, I don't think we want to mess with too much of these other things. Yeah, we need a little bit of money to upgrade the weapons dump. And yeah, we still have plenty of time to get this monstrous thing built so we can get the research done on time. I think that's it for this turn. Let me double check. There's one more faction we can go to war with, because we will naturally go to war with them anyways. And that is the people defending the wall, the Imperial Wardens. So we'll be up there pretty soon. Let's go with the trade agreement and then a tiny payment. That's fine. Like I said, we're going to go to war with them anyways. And I don't think we're going to have any deals waiting for us here. Clan Krizor will take military access. That's fine. And then there's peace with the Maggotkin. We can get some more wars there with this guy if we do it. Oh, wow. Interesting. So that's bugged. It's actually negative. All right, so we'll leave that. I think that is it for turn 9.